You are walking home. It's a path you've taken 100 times before. 1,000. From the bus stop to your front door. A 15-minute journey through a slice of old-growth woodland. The town council somehow never got around to clearing. It's a shortcut. It's peaceful. In the autumn, the canopy of oak and maple burns were brilliant, fiery gold. In the spring, the air smells of damp earth and blooming things. But tonight, it is winter, the kind of cold that doesn't just nip at your exposed skin, but seeps into your bones. A deep and ancient chill. Your breath plumes out in front of you in a frantic, grey ghost, snatched away by a wind that whispers through the bare branches. The sound is a dry rattle, like bones clicking together. The sun gave up hours ago, bled out on the horizon, leaving behind a bruised purple and black sky. The moon is a thin, sharp fingernail clipping, offering no light, no comfort. The only illumination comes from the weak, orange halo of the outdated street lamp at the path's entrance, now 50 yards behind you and fading fast, and the blinding, white rectangle of your phone screen in your hand. You're not supposed to be on your phone while walking. You've read the articles, seen the news reports about awareness. But the text message that lit up your screen a moment ago was from your roommate. Sarah, did you remember to grab milk? Cereal for tomorrow is a barren wasteland of sadness. You've typed out a reply. I forgot. I'm the worst. Almost home. We'll grab some from the corner shop. Your thumb hovers over the send button, and that's when you hear it. The first one. It's not a sound that belongs here. It's alien. It cuts through the natural symphony of the wind and the distant hum of town traffic like a razor. A whisper. It's too soft to make out the words, if there even are words. It's just this sibilant rush of air, a vocalization without a source. It seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, from the trees to your left, the thicket to your right, from the path ahead and the path behind. You stop walking. Your thumb comes off the send button. You lower the phone slightly, your ears straining against the sudden, pressurized silence. Your heart, which was beating a steady, mundane rhythm a second ago, now gives a single, hard thump against your ribs, a primal alarm bell. It's just the wind, you tell yourself. It's whizzing through a gap in the fence up ahead. It's an animal, a fox maybe, rustling in the dead leaves. Your brain, a magnificent machine designed to rationalize the terrifying, offers up a dozen logical, comforting explanations. You stand there for a full minute, listening. The wind continues its whisper rattle. A distant car horn bleats. Nothing else. See the wind. Just the wind. You let out a breath you didn't realize you were holding. It mists in the air. A nervous smile touches your lips. You feel silly, spooked by nothing. You raise your phone again, finally hitting send on the text to Sarah. The little delivered notification appears. You take a step forward, then another. The path is darker now. The street lamps glow a distant memory. You consider fumbling for your headphones, putting on a podcast. Something loud and cheerful to drown out your own stupid imagination. Then you hear the second whisper. This one is closer, undeniably, horrifyingly closer. It's not a rush of air anymore. It has shape. It has intent. It's a word. Your name. It's spoken in a voice that is both dry and wet. A rasping, guttural thing that sounds like it's being forced through a throat full of mud and leaves. It doesn't echo. It hangs in the frigid air for a moment before being absorbed by the darkness. Every hair on your body stands erect. A cold wave, 10 times deeper than the winter chill, washes down your spine. Your stomach clenches into a frozen knot. This is not your imagination. This is not the wind. Someone is in the woods with you. Your head snaps up, your eyes wide, scanning the impenetrable blackness between the tree trunks. You see nothing but shifting shadows, each one looking, for a terrifying second like a hunched figure, then resolving back into a bush, a stump. A trick of the light. Hello, you call out. Your own voice sounds thin and small. A child's voice. Swallowed by the oppressive quiet. Is someone there? No answer. Only the wind. Maybe it was a kid playing a joke. Maybe it was someone calling for their dog. And it just sounded like your name. Your brain, now running on pure, undiluted fear, is still trying to throw you a lifeline, however flimsy. You have two choices. Go back the way you came, toward the street lamp and the main road, which is now a 2-minute. Walk behind you, or go forward, toward home, which is a 10-minute walk ahead, through the deepest, darkest part of the woods. Your apartment, with its warm light and locked door, feels like a safer bet than the open road behind you, where the whispers seemed to originate. Decision made. You break into a fast walk, no longer caring about noise. Your boots crunching loudly on the frozen ground. You are making yourself a target with every step. But the urge to get home, to get behind a locked door, is overwhelming. You don't hear another whisper. You hear something else. A rhythm. A soft, syncopated thumping sound keeping pace with you, off to your left. Just inside the tree line. Thump, drag, thump, drag. It's the sound of a footstep. And then the sound of something being pulled along behind it. Something heavy. You stop. Dead. The sound stops a half-second later. You are not breathing. You are a statue in the freezing dark. Your ears screaming with the effort of listening. Thump. Drag. It takes a step. You hear the brittle snap of a twig under a weight it was not meant to bear. You are not alone. And whatever is sharing this path with you is not right. It is not a person out for a stroll. That sound is wrong. All of it is wrong. Your phone. You need light. You need to see. Your hands are trembling so violently you almost drop the device. You fumble, your numb fingers stabbing at the screen, pulling down the menu, tapping the flashlight icon. A beam of pure white light erupts from the LED, spearing into the darkness. It's too bright. It obliterates your night vision, creating a tunnel of light surrounded by an even deeper, more absolute blackness. You sweep the beam frantically across the path ahead, behind you, and then you swing it toward the source of the sound. Into the woods, the light plays over tree trunks, skeletal branches, a carpet of brown leaves. For a moment, there is nothing, just the familiar, now terrifying landscape. Then the beam catches it. At the very edge of your light's reach, maybe 30 feet away, standing perfectly still between two large oaks, is a figure. The light reflects off to points in the darkness. Eyes, they don't shine like an animal's. They are dark, matte, like chips of obsidian. But they caught the light just for an instant. The figure is tall, impossibly tall and thin. Its limbs are elongated, spindly, like a stick insect. It is dressed in what looks like a long, dark coat, tattered and frayed at the bottom, brushing the ground. But the coat seems to move wrong, as if it's not cloth, but something else, something, alive and shifting. And it is holding something, a large, dark shape is clutched in one of its two long hands, dragging on the ground behind it. The source of the dragging sound. You cannot see its face. The distance and the shadows hide it. But you can feel its gaze, a physical pressure, a vile, crawling sensation on your skin as those twin pools of darkness fix on you. Time stops. Your heart stops. Your blood turns to ice in your veins. This is not a person. This is something else, something ancient and hungry, that lives in the spaces between the trees, in the corners of your vision. In the silence between heartbeats, the figure does not move. It does not speak. It simply watches you from its darkness. A sound escapes your lips, a whimper, a choked gasp of pure, undiluted terror. You drop the light dot in your panic. Your fingers lose their grip. The phone clatters to the hard ground, the flashlight beam pointing uselessly at the sky, illuminating the bare branches above like a scene from a nightmare. The world plunges into near darkness again, your night vision completely gone. You are blind. From the woods, in that same rasping, wet, dry voice, so close it could be right beside your ear, the whisper comes again, almost home. A scream tears itself from your throat. It is a raw, primal sound of absolute terror. You don't think. You don't plan. Animal instinct takes over. You run. You abandon your phone. You abandon any thought of anything but escape. You pound down the path, your arms pumping, your breath coming in ragged, sobbing gasps. You can't see. The world is a blur of shadows and your own terrified tears. Roots grab at your feet. Low-hanging branches slash at your face like claws. But you don't feel the pain. The only thing you feel is the crushing, paralyzing fear. And behind you, you hear it give chase. There is no longer any attempt at stealth. The sound that erupts from the woods is a cacophony of breaking branches and crashing footsteps. The thump drag. Thump drag is replaced by a terrifying, loping gait. It is fast, so much faster than you. It's not on the path. It's moving through the woods, parallel to you, keeping pace with ease, crashing through the undergrowth like it isn't even there. You can hear its breathing now, A ragged, rattling sound, like air being sucked through a punctured lung. Your own lungs are on fire. Your side is cramping. You've never run like this in your life. You risk a glance over your shoulder, and you wish you hadn't. It's right there, at the edge of the tree line, keeping perfect pace with you. Its long, spindly limbs pumping in a horrifying, unnatural motion. Its head is turned toward you, and in the faint ambient light, you finally see its face. There are no features, no nose, no mouth, just a pale, stretched expanse of skin, and in the center, those two bottomless, dark eyes, fixed on you with a terrifying intensity. The thing it was dragging is gone. Its hands are empty, its fingers, long and twig-like, ending in dark, sharp points. It sees you looking. Its head cocks to the side at an impossible angle, a bird-like gesture of curiosity, and then it smiles. A horrific crack splits the pale skin where its mouth should be, stretching open vertically to reveal a dark, endless maw lined with rows of needle-like teeth. It is a smile that promises pain. It is a smile that knows you belong to it. It breaks from the tree line. It steps onto the path behind you, and it begins to sprint. You scream again, a wordless cry of terror, and push your body harder than you ever thought possible. You can see a light up ahead, the motion sensor light on old Mrs. Gable's back porch, at the very end of the woods. Salvation. 50 yards. 40. You can hear its footsteps right behind you now, a rapid, scraping sound. You can smell it, a foul odor of damp earth, rotting meat, and something coppery, like old blood. 30 yards. Its ragged breathing is right at your ear. You feel a cold gust of air as one of those twig-like fingers brushes against the back of your jacket. 20 yards. You are sobbing, begging, pleading with a God you're not sure you believe in. 10 yards. The porch light is blindingly bright. You burst from the tree line into Mrs. Gable's backyard, stumbling across her frost-covered lawn. You don't dare look back. You throw yourself at her back door, your hands slapping against the cold wood. "Help me, please, help me," you shriek, pounding on the door with all your remaining strength. Inside, a light flicks on. You hear the muffled sound of a television being turned down. The blessed sound of a deadbolt being turned. The door swings open. Mrs. Gable, a small woman in a floral housecoat, her hair in curlers, stands there, her face a mask of confusion and alarm. Good heavens, child, what on earth is the matter? You fall across the threshold into her warm kitchen, collapsing onto the linoleum floor, gasping and crying. You are safe. You made it. Out there. You managed to choke out, pointing a trembling finger toward the open door and the dark woods beyond. In the woods, something was chasing me. Mrs. Gable peers out into the darkness, her brow furrowed. She looks down at you, a mixture of pity and concern on her face. There, dear. You gave yourself a fright. That's all. Probably just a stray dog. Or your own shadow. These old woods play tricks on the mind at night. It wasn't a dog. You insist, your voice cracking. It was tall. It had no face. It whispered my name, She helps you to your feet, guiding you to a chair at her kitchen table. You sit right there. I'll make you a cup of sweet tea. Shock. That's what this is. You're in shock. She bustles over to her kettle, filling it at the sink. You sit there, trembling, wrapped in the normalcy of her kitchen, the smell of lemon polish, the ticking of a cat-shaped clock on the wall. The terror begins to recede, replaced by a shaky, embarrassed relief. Maybe she was right. Maybe it was. A trick of the light, the stress of work, the lack of sleep. A waking nightmare. You take a deep, shuddering breath, your heart rate finally beginning to slow. Mrs. Gable places a steaming mug of tea in front of you. There you go, dear. Drink that. You'll feel right as rain. Thank you. You whisper, your voice hoarse. I'm so sorry to bother you. No bother at all, she says, smiling kindly. She turns to close the back door, which is still standing open, letting in the cold night air. As she reaches for the handle, she pauses. She leans forward, squinting out into the darkness. What in the world? She murmurs. What? What is it? You ask, your fear instantly surging back. She doesn't answer. She takes a single step out onto her back porch, staring at something on the ground. Double quotes Mrs. Gable. She turns back to look at you, and the kind, concerned expression on her face is gone. It has been replaced by something else, something cold, something knowing. A faint, almost imperceptible smile touches her lips. It left you a present, dear, she says, her voice oddly flat. She bends down and picks something up from her porch step. She holds it up in the light from the kitchen. It's a dead crow. Its neck is twisted at a grotesque angle, its black eyes dull and lifeless. And clutched in its beak is a small, neatly folded piece of paper. Mrs. Gable pulls the paper free and unfolds it. She reads it, her eyes scanning the words. Her smile widens, just a fraction. She looks from the note to you and then back out. Into the woods. She turns and walks back inside, placing the dead bird on the counter as casually as if it were a loaf of bread. She holds the note out to you. Your hand is shaking so badly you can barely take it. You unfold the small slip of paper. Written upon it, in a thin, spidery handwriting that looks like it was scratched with a nail, are two words. Hello, neighbor. You? Look up at Mrs. Gable, your eyes wide with a new, deeper horror. She is still smiling, that faint, cold smile. It seems you've met the whispering man, she says softly. He doesn't usually give warnings. The back door, still open, swings slowly, shut with a soft, final click.